everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you people are doing great. So finally I'm back, and today we are going to do the skin tones. It's gonna be the most important part of our portrait. So if you want to learn this portrait until here, the full uncut version is available on my channel. You can watch my previous live stream because I did every single thing on Canva. So if you want to learn it really, it's gonna be a win-win situation for you because everything is available. So yeah, now let's get started. So as you can see, first of all, let's talk about the paints which I'm going to use. So the paints here are going to be, okay, I have just kept my palette really basic. I'm not using lots of like fancy paints, it's just the very basic colors. Let me see if the camera is adjusted now so that we can continue, and I will be telling you people about the paints first, their name and what alternatives you can pick, and later on we'll talk about how we are going to proceed. It's going to be a detailed live stream, so I hope you people will enjoy that. Okie dokie. Now you see, there we go. Okay, I think now it's adjusted well. Yeah, it is. So now let's get into this video and let's get started. Just to make it the quality better, I'm using a mic, and if my voice is pretty loud, so decrease the volume, that's it. Okay, so now let's talk about the paints. First of all, here I have raw umber, as you can see, then I have raw sienna, then we have burnt umber, we have yellow ochre, lemon yellow, burnt sienna, we have yellow pale, we have vermilion, orange, and titanium white. So these are the colors we are going to use in our all portrait. So let's talk about artist block. So a lot of artists face this, that they're unable to do literally anything at all. So if you want to just restart your journey, because me personally, I took a long break. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we will not directly jump into details. Okay, that's what we are going to do. That's what we are supposed to do. We will start blocking in the darkest parts of the portrait, because this is going to be in the dramatic light. You can say like chiaroscuro technique. So here I will be blocking in the darkest tone. As you can see, this line in the sketch, it's referring that this area is going to be pretty dark, and only the right side of the portrait is going to be the one facing lots of light. Okay, so there's going to be a high contrast in our portrait and dramatic lighting. So now let's get into it. We are going to start now. If you have any questions related to this, you can simply ask me in the live chat. I will try to reply each and every one of you. So I hope you enjoy this, and now we are jumping right into it. So the first color I am going to take, the darkest that we have on palette. Just avoid using black. I always say this, if you want to make your art look way more realistic, just avoid black, as much as it's my favorite, but I don't really use it while doing the portraiture. Just avoid it, okay? Instead, you can go with the alternatives, like I have raw umber here, which is pretty dark. So now what we're gonna do is block in the darkest area. So what is the darkest area that we can see in the reference? It is definitely going to be the eyelid area here, you can use the small brush that you have. Now see. And if we talk about the oil, which oil I'm using right now, so basically I always mention this in my live stream, but if you're watching me for the first time, I can repeat it for new people that right now I'm using two oils together, which is linseed oil and turpentine oil. So it's basically like 70% of the linseed oil and only like 30% of turpentine oil. That's the proportion I generally use. So yeah, that is it. Okay, this all might seem a little bit overwhelming that we are directly jumping into so much darker tones, but just trust the process. The color appear to be like way much darker against a white background, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so the portraiture here, the one that we are doing, it's gonna be in warmer tones. So what we're gonna do is right here, as you can see, I have burnt sienna. Okay, I'm taking burnt sienna and raw sienna together, making this sort of color here. It's a good thing because you'll be able to see the palette throughout the portrait. So yeah, that's something really useful. You're gonna have to trust the process, and if you haven't done any portrait even before in your life, you'll be able to understand what we are doing here. And that's the purpose of these live streams so that you get access to the uncut version of tutorials for free. Okay, now I'm picking a little bit of yellow ochre. Again, we are moving to the darker. Okay, just to keep it a little bit warmer, what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of vermilion here and mix it into the stone. And we have our desired color here. Okay, as you can see, it's pretty dark, but don't worry, you'll see that we are doing the right thing. Just trust the process. In the end, it's gonna look super realistic. I'm pretty excited for that. Okay, now see. As I mentioned before, first we have to block in the darkest tones. So here, later we are going to fill in our medium tones and we'll save the details and the highlights for the end, okay? Taking a little bit of yellow ochre, and you can see it's pretty dark, like really dark. But that's what we need right now. We have to make it look super sharp. Hi, and thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. All right. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in the live chat because that's the whole purpose of these live streams so that we will be able to interact with each other and get to know each other. Because art is something that can connect us. Okay. So this is one of the fastest ways of getting back to the portraiture. Like first block in the darkest tones. Do not be bothered by details at this point. Just block in the darkest areas that you can see on your portrait right now. That's it. So those who join me, I would really appreciate if you people would subscribe my channel. I'm taking even a little bit of black. Okay, it's bright. We avoid using black as much as we can. So this is something I don't really fancy while doing the painting. They have to make it look way more natural, and when you use your black pretty much directly on your painting, you kind of ruin it. So don't ever do that, okay? Just make sure to mix the black with some alternatives. You can go with raw umber, burnt umber, and there's so many options that you can go with. Even sometimes you can mix it with blues as well, under certain conditions. Just trust the process. In the end, it's going to look super realistic. Even I'm excited for it right now. I've done a lot of realistic portraits on this channel, but they're on privacy now and some of them are available. You can check them out as well. But this is the one that's gonna be available even after the live stream. So yeah. Okay. Just to make our process go more smooth and faster, what we're gonna do is right here using a very big brush. Now you see we are taking our raw umber, burnt umber along with obvious raw sienna and vermilion, mixing them together, just a little bit amount of lemon yellow as well. So now you see what we're gonna do is this area is like the darkest because of the shadows. It will all make sense, just trust the process. Alright, so this area will be comparatively lighter to this part, okay? You kind of just have to do the process thing right now. You will be avoiding the blending at this part. It might look a little bit weird right now, but indeed it's not because we are walking in the darkest tone that we are able to see in our portrait, and later on this area is going to be like really bright, so it will all make sense. It's easier to block in the darkest tones first so that we have like very less area on our canvas that is actually white. So If you have any questions related to this, you can ask me in the live chat. I will be like more than happy to answer your questions. Might look a little bit weird right now, but in the end, it is gonna look realistic. So just stay tuned, and if you have any questions, just ask me in the live chat. Alright, so this area is gonna be lighter as well. Don't worry, we are going to blend them really well into each other. So it's just the first layer that we are applying right now, and we're working in Ala Prima. So you just kind of have to trust the process. It will all be very smooth and realistic in the end. So yeah, if you have any questions, just ask me in the live chat. That's it. just avoid over blending, but make sure that your blending game is really strong, because when you make extra blending, your color starts looking muddy, and we don't want that. Now I am going to start blending with a little bit of smaller brush. Okay, all right. All right. Right now, I'm not like working on the whole face because I don't want you people to be scared of this side. That's why we are doing it first. Okay. Because right now I'm kind of like assuming that you people have no idea about this technique, like blocking in the darkest tone and then working on the medium part of it. So we are kind of just making sure that everything is very smooth and easier for you to understand. Alright, there we go with the lemon yellow. I would like really appreciate if you people will subscribe my channel. I know that not a lot of people are watching because, well, it's kind of on me because I wasn't really active on this channel. I made a new channel and I will be sharing its journey too, but that is specifically for landscapes because I don't want my niche to be confused by so many things, right? It's gonna look super realistic, so just trust the process. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the live chat. We are blending off most of the tones. Just make sure that there is a smooth transition between the different tones, okay? Do not rush things. You see that we are just in like 30 minutes into this portrait and I have covered like so much of the face. Although oil painting it takes like even days. So right now we are just taking it easy and blocking in the different tones. That's what we are doing right now. It has nothing to do with details right now, but obviously it's going to be a detailed portrait. We will be adding details but later. Right now our goal is to just block in the different tones. That's it. Just don't be afraid to use the darker tones because that's something which is going to look really realistic in the end. So those who are watching right now, I would really appreciate if you people will leave a comment and just say what you think about this portrait so far because it might be a little bit different for you, but trust me, it's not really different. That's how we actually paint a portrait really fast by blocking in the darkest tones. Alright, I'm kind of happy with the progress right now. You know why? Because it's not even like 20% done, but still we can see the vibe in it, like how it's supposed to look and what we are doing and what we are trying to achieve. We can tell this just by looking at this portrait right now. So we are working in our trema, okay? So those who have no idea what it is, I will let you know. So basically, Alacrima is a technique in which we work on wet on wet surface. We don't really wait for the first layer of oil to draw first and then we move to the next one. No, that's not what we really do in this. We keep on adding details while the previous layers are wet. I know, sounds a bit challenging, but this is uh, something that you can try if you're a beginner and if you just want to complete a portrait in one sitting, or basically in one day. So far, I'm enjoying doing this portrait because back in my mind, I know what I'm really trying to achieve here. It has to be super duper dark, this area. Alright, you will be able to see a smooth transition between the different tones and well, that's not something you see daily, do you? Just keep in mind that your previous layer are still pretty wet. You have to be careful while blending in the colors, okay? Just give it the proper time that it really deserves. Now, if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, I would appreciate if you people will do that. Alright, let's move to the forehead. Just moving to the forehead so that you be able to understand what we exactly are doing right now. I don't know why I'm so worried that you people won't get it at first, but I'm pretty sure that you people are going to love it in the end, so I'm pretty much excited for that part as well. So remember the smooth transition which I was talking about earlier? So yeah, even I'm moving towards lighter tones, but I'll keep in mind that there should be a smooth transition, okay? I will not be like starting doing the lightest tones right away. There should be the medium tones as well, okay? And that's something which is really important here. So those who join me just right now, I would really appreciate it if you people would subscribe my channel. And if you have any questions with you, do ask me in the live chat. I will try to reply each and every one of you. Just don't be worried about the details yet. Right now we are just blocking in the different tones, that's it. And if you people have any questions related to this, do ask me in the live chat. I will be like more than happy to answer your questions. I'm using a mic, and if my voice is really loud for you people, so sorry about that. everything will make sense more when it's done. Right now, I'm not even caring about the views and all. I'm just like way too invested in painting, and that's what I wanted all along. Alright, so this particular area, wait, oh my god. So the brush that I was using, I actually touched it with cerulean blue out of nowhere. Well, these kind of accidents do happen, so here I am using yellow ochre along with lemon yellow and just a little bit amount of zinc titanium. Alright, so let's move. You're gonna have to add more of yellow ochre stone in here. There we go. I really enjoy while blending on the canvas. There is one alternative if you don't want to do the blending, which is definitely you have to add transitional tones, and that takes forever. So I kind of avoid that. I just want to get done with the painting. There we go. You see, I am using pretty much white directly on my canvas. A lot of people think that this is not how we do. But when we are working in our prima, no rules. if you people have any questions related to this, to ask me in the live chat. I would be like more than happy to answer your questions. I know that portraiture takes like lots of you can say patience, and not everybody has it. And especially when it comes to attempting realistic portraits, you should really have some patience in you because otherwise you're gonna be frustrated. You cannot achieve result just like with the swish and flick of your brush. You have to spend the proper time on it. So the things that I usually suggest to people who are introvert and who wants to attempt realism or just wants to do portraiture, here's my first and foremost tip that I say every single time. You have to be a really good observer. First of all, it's all about observing the reference image. When you observe it right and you're halfway there already because back in your mind you know the details that you have to add. And the next thing that I usually share with people is that you have to be super patient. If you have these two and you have no other thing or experience with the portraiture, so you can be a really good artist. Because honestly, it's all about the patience here. That's what I was mentioning earlier that we're gonna have to blend. If you're good at blending, you can literally attempt realism. Now, if you people have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them. This is what I was talking about that when you're having the art block, just pick the bigger brush and block in the darker tones and then eventually move to the medium tones, and when you're there, you will be adding the details as well. That's why I attempted one side before starting the right one so that you people will have the idea what we are cooking here. Just have a little trust in yourself. And I have seen a lot of people who are hesitant using the darker tones while doing the portraiture. Just don't be afraid. Alright, now I will be adding little bit details more into the eye. But first we will be blending in. Alright, so this is super dark. So those who join me, I would really appreciate if you will subscribe my channel and leave a comment and let me know what you think of this portrait so far. Alright, I'm going with lemon yellow and yellow ochre. Okay, so area here is going to be in the darker tone as well. You just have to make the rhythm to make it more obvious instead of yellow ochre. I'm using glossy now. Just make sure to blend everything. Like there should be the smooth transitions.